love both.
Court is in session with Ryan in Sacktown on If You Don't Like That. Now, Ryan in Sacktown.
Oh, must be Rhino. And a good Thursday afternoon to everybody. Basketball is back. The Kings are in New Orleans tonight. Also, you've got NFL football. The Niners taking on the Rams. The Niners playing for their season tonight. We're going to take you up till 3:30, 4 o'clock. This is going to be Kings Court. Kind of this pregame show too, whatever you want to call it. We're gonna have some fun opening it up to all of you. Use the phone lines. You can call through Restream. You can also call or text the show at that number right there, 916-822-9485. Let's get it started on a Thursday. Court is in session.
Grant and Ryan break it down. It's Sacktown, we're the crown.
Needs to be more aggressive on the offensive end, but this is the kind of
Williams, the D-Hop.
Fox. Goodbye. Oh, if you don't like that, you don't like.
With a tear in my eye, this is the greatest moment in my life.
I don't know if it's the greatest, but it is a pretty damn good moment. By the way, we're going to be trying out some new stuff on the show today. You'll be seeing that here in a few minutes. Welcome in, Ryan and Sacktown with you. Lot to talk about. The Kings in New Orleans after an extended break. And by the way, they play tonight, get another break until Monday. That's when they see the Denver Nuggets roll into town. But the Pelicans first. Pelicans who have knocked the Kings off 6 times in a row, ending their season, one of those games. We'll get to it in a few minutes. It's a different Pelicans team, a much different Pelicans team for sure. So get involved with the show. Want to hear from all of you. Like I said at the top, we're going to be doing some new stuff, a little bit more interactive, less sound, more video. We'll be rolling it out in a few minutes, but I got to start here. And there's a lot going on in the world of sports right now. There is a ton. Bill Belichick headed to UNC officially. We can talk about that. Also, how about this LeBron story? And no, I'm not talking about LeBron to Sacramento, which is going on in some of the Kings fan threads. But what I am talking about is LeBron taking some time off from the Lakers. He did not play last game. He's not expected to play next game. And there's some speculation that he might not be back for a little bit of time. We'll see what that's all about. That news is coming out. How about Jimmy Butler's agent just absolutely crapping on Shams in his reporting about the trade deadline? The NBA Cup, the semis are set for Vegas last night. By the way, is Houston legit? Houston's defense, it's legit. Did you see what they did to the Warriors in the first half? It's incredible stuff to watch. We can get there as well, but I want to start here. In the Ryan in Sacktown household right now, it's utter chaos. Things are just going at a very fast speed. And I want to break it down for you really quick because it was so funny coming to air, getting ready for this show. So my wife is off work right now. She's off for a week, taking a week off. She deserves it. She works hard. She should play hard as well. My son, he is off of school right now. He is on the track system. So all three of us are here at the same time. And it's been that way for a few days, which is great. We get to spend the days together. But as I'm getting ready for the show, in fact, I should say this. I was almost all ready for the show at 1:45. I was sitting here, prepared, got things where I need it. And I remembered the wife, she's like, "Are you going to make my oat milk mocha?" I know that sounds so bougie. And I used to think bougie was a bad word, like meaning like something like nasty or bad. That I guess I'm out of touch with the times. So I'm like, oh crap, let me run into the kitchen and make this mocha. And as I'm making the mocha, my wife is making this dish for my son. It's more of an appetizer that she saw or he saw online. It's basically mozzarella sticks, it's string cheese that you douse in flour and egg so you can fry them, and then you hit them with a round of Takis, and then you throw them in the fryer into the oil. So we've got that going. I've got them saying how great these things are. You got to try it. Like, I can't try it right now. Can you explain it to me? What's it taste like? No, I think it's bougie, right? Bougie? Is that what it's supposed to be? Anyways, and anyway, so it got me off track, and I'm like, some of those obscure foods that kids get caught on online. And then I'm looking at the Halloween candy because we're also at the point in the house because everybody's been home that do you guys all hit this point if you have kids where the Halloween bowl gets picked through and all the chocolate's gone. All you have left is the fruit stuff. So now we're down to Skittles, we're down to Fruit by the Loop. We've got all these different things, but all the damn chocolate's gone. It's chaos here. I'm telling you, utter chaos. But anyways, great to be with you here on a Thursday. This guy's going to be pretty excited if the Niners win tonight. Niners, Rams. I know Al's probably going to have something to say about that as well. Greg, what's up? Let's effing go. Damn right, Dennis. Flats on the menu tonight. You're going flats. I'm a flats guy too. I am a flats guy. I'm with you there, my man. I'm with you. Tristan, Warrior, or was that Warriors? Yeah, Warriors. How you spelling that, my man? Mark, your take on the foul on the scrum last night, Houston versus Warriors. We'll get to it in a little bit. Look, the refs are so inconsistent when it comes to the end of the games that I'm not surprised. And what's even more inconsistent than the refs at the end of the games is the 2-minute report. There's so many times where things look like fouls, obvious fouls, and then the 2-minute report says, nah, wasn't a foul. And to the point where you have, these guys that used to be officials that are the correspondents on national televised games saying, yeah, I would have called that a foul. It happens in football too. And you don't have a 2-minute report in football, but I'll get to my take in a little bit. What was your guys' take on it? I was texting back and forth with Mr. Moss during that game. But of course, the Kings in New Orleans tonight looking to shake the voodoo curse. By the way, the voodoo chips, have you guys ever had those voodoo chips? I forget the brand that makes them, but it's like a hybrid of salt and vinegar and barbecue. Best chips I've ever had, hands down. Why are we talking about so much food today? It's because I was in the kitchen before this show started. Anyways, we're brought to you, speaking of food, by Bennett's West Side Grill in Rockland. Go check out Bennett'sRestaurants.com. Prime cuts of seafood and steak. Great specials throughout the week and the weekend. 3 locations in the greater Sacramento area. Find out more. Check out the menus, make reservations, and all that at Bennett'sRestaurants.com. Huge thanks to Bennett's West Side Grill for sponsoring the show. Kings Pels tonight. Kings 7.5-point favorites to beat them in New Orleans. All smiles this morning at shoot around for the Kings. This team getting back to the fundamentals over the 3-4 days since they have played, practicing a lot, going a little bit hard. Jerry Reynolds wanted them to go maybe harder when we talked to him yesterday. By the way, great show yesterday with Jerry Reynolds. Go check out the Kings Roundtable discussion. But regardless, this is about as healthy as the Kings have been in a while. You're still without Trey Lyles, but a lot of people excited, and count me in as one of them. Regardless of the strength of schedule of the past 5 games, I'm looking at the other statistics. I'm looking at the adjustments from the coaching staff since Malik Monk has become a starter. Specifically, Malik Monk, by the way, you didn't know, 16th in the NBA in assist to turnover ratio, 16th It's 3.75. 3.75. And the great thing is the coaches are seeming to adjust to that, putting the ball in his hands more, letting him create. Now, the Pelicans devastated by injuries, absolutely ravished. You hear Zion's name across the NBA now as a possible trade target. What about Brandon Ingram, a guy who's been sexy here in Sacramento? Those guys not available tonight. However, their starting backcourt is DeJounte Murray, CJ McCollum. McCollum's who's given the Kings many problems in the past years, and the length of this New Orleans team, which is giving a lot of teams problems, but they're just not deep. They're just not good. You look at the things that they do well, and it's really just some of the hustle stats, and it's not that many of them. But all Kings fans still worry. What are the Kings going to do tonight? The length does not change, even though BI is not going to be out on the floor. You still got Trey Murphy to deal with. You still got Herb Jones. You've still got all these different guys that have forced the Kings to take difficult shots from the mid-range. So a big focus for this team, as I said, was getting back to the fundamentals during their time off. In fact, we are going to start talking and hearing from some of the guys during practice. Here was DeMar DeRozan yesterday before they hit the plane.
Clearing up a lot of things, a lot of mistakes that we've been making defensively, offensively. Key points to, our wins and key points to our losses that, we could clean up on, going into these, stretch of games, especially with us being home, understanding, how we can kind of take it game by game, but, dig ourselves out of this hole that we kind of in.
A lot of people looking at the Kings analytics right now and thinking, not too bad. I heard Sam Amick talking about it, the Kings analytics compared to the rest of the league and where they're at. Depending on where you look, the Kings are 6th and 7th. 6th and 7th. Am I frozen to you guys? Am I frozen right now? I think I'm frozen. Can you see me? My screen is frozen. This is crazy. Of course, we roll out the new stuff today, and this is what happens. I'm just going to keep rolling, even though it's saying I see myself frozen. Do you guys see me as frozen right now? Curiosity. Somebody say something in the chat. Get to 500 and build on it indeed. All right, so we're going to keep rolling with it. So you look at the analytics for this team, defensive rating, offensive rating. No, I'm not frozen. All right. Oh, I am frozen. Okay. Yes, frozen. There we go. Okay. Freeze. I knew it. I knew it. Let's see if unfrozen. No, we cannot. All right. Bear with me here. We are going to get this worked out. Okay, we're going to end the stream. Be right back. Okay, hang on. We're going to end this stream and we're going to come